Oh hi, it's your old buddy Zoo again, and today we're talking about the Retroid Pocket G2, which is an amazing upgrade to the Retroid Pocket 5. But it's also something I can't really recommend outside of some extremely narrow parameters. Confused? Yeah, me too. But our buddies over at JCStudios, they make these grips. They actually ordered one of these to make a grip for it, decided they didn't need it, and they're giving it away. Whoa! So stay tuned and you can get my views on the G2 here and maybe learn how to win one for yourself. So this is the Retroid Pocket G2, and honestly it should be called like the Retroid Pocket 5.5, maybe the Retroid Pocket 5 Plus, because it's essentially the Retroid Pocket 5, but with new guts. Everything else is the same. The shell, the buttons, this beautiful 5.5-inch AMOLED screen. The only difference is that the G2 has the Snapdragon Gen 2 G2, which I guess is why they call it the G2, right? And I guess another difference is you can get these in switched light colors, like the yellow and this beautiful turquoise here, which is actually, that's a pretty good looking colorway. But yeah, this is physically the same as the Retroid Pocket 5, and it's why we're doing a giveaway. My buddies down the road at JCStudios ordered a G2. They said, let's make a grip for it. So we're going to order one, we're going to get it as fast as we can, and it showed up, and by God, it's the same exact parameters as the Retroid Pocket 5. So they said, what are we going to do with it? Ask Zoo. He likes doing giveaways. He'll do a giveaway for us. And I said, yes sir, I will do a giveaway for you. So here's the rules. JCStudios is going to ship out a black Retroid Pocket G2 with two grips, the slim and the thick grip. Same rules as normal. It's going to be limited to the continental United States. Sorry, Russell, you can't get this for free. You'll need to be a public subscriber, and you're going to need to leave a comment. The only wrinkles are that we're going to ask you to follow the JCStudios Etsy shop. There's a little heart icon. Click on that. Show them that you love them. They're giving you a free G2 for God's sakes. And additionally, we're asking that you leave your Discord name in the comment. The last giveaway I did, there was some shenanigans. Never again. Never again. I'll let you know exactly what kind of comment you need to leave later in the video, but first, we're going to talk more about the G2. That's called engagement farming. You can be mad at me about engagement farming all you want, but someone's getting a free G2, so shut up. Also, I need to pay off my tease I did at the beginning of the video. So the Retroid Pocket G2 has the Snapdragon Gen 2 G2 chip, which gives you roughly twice the power of the Snapdragon 865 chip that was in the Retroid Pocket 5. It does have the same amount of RAM that was in the Retroid Pocket 5, 8 gigabytes, so you might find yourself limited in some high-end situations, thinking like GameHub. But honestly, I've been playing a ton of Switch on here, and I haven't run into a ton of emulation issues outside of stuff you'd also see in much more powerful handhelds, like the Conquer Pocket Fit. Anything below Switch will also run super well. So we're talking about like 3 to 4x PlayStation 2, 3 to 4x GameCube or Wii, and then for lower end stuff, you can throw on all sorts of crazy shaders. You can do all sorts of resource intensive things because you have the power for it. So all in all, this is a really great refresh of a handheld that was already really great. So why did I say this is only a really good handheld in an extremely narrow bandwidth of situations? Well, it comes down to price and the availability of the Retroid Pocket 6. So right now, the G2 is only $20 more than the Retroid Pocket 5. It seems like a no-brainer to double your power for 20 bucks. Well, Retroid is also making the Retroid Pocket 6. Now, the Retroid Pocket 6 is going to have that same Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip that's already in the Odin 2 line and stuff like the AYN Thor. This is a more proven chip with better compatibility and more power. And the Retroid Pocket 6 is going to have a better screen with a higher refresh rate. It's going to have a bigger battery and a chip that can boot into Rocknix if that's your jam. Well, Zoo, you might be asking, isn't the RP6 going to be crazy expensive? Actually, no. Actually, right now, at the pre-sale price, it's $10 cheaper than the G2. And for that price, you get the same 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigs of onboard storage. And for $40 more, you can bump up your RAM from 8 to 12 and bump up your internal storage to 256, which will help a lot if you're going to run stuff like GameHub. So all in all, The G2 sits in kind of a really weird position. It's amazing. I love playing on it. The screen is beautiful. The size and ergo, especially with a grip. If you win this, you're going to get this grip. It's amazing. Except there's an even more amazinger, that's a word, device coming from Retroid, and it's called the Retroid Pocket 6, and it's coming in the next month and a half. And that very narrow amount of time normally wouldn't be a huge deal, except soon it will be Christmas, like in a couple weeks. And that's where I think the G2 lives. I think it lives in that very narrow bandwidth of it's almost Christmas. Let me explain. So the G2 ships right now. Like not like, oh, it's going to come eventually in a couple weeks. It ships right now. Stubbs got a review unit, and this is a unit we paid for, and they came on the same day. You can buy this right now, and it's going to be at your house by the end of the month, let alone Christmas. It'll be at your house by the end of the month, all but guaranteed. The Retroid Pocket 6, however, ran into some difficulties due to the evil known as social media. The original design was revealed a few weeks ago, and it was met with tons of scorn from people online who hate everything, and probably people online who had some legitimate issues with the renders. So Retroid went back to the lab, and they spooled up 4 different configurations in 5 different color options. You can have a D-pad on top version of the 8GB or 12GB model, or an analog on top version of either one of those. Now, I'm a die-hard capitalist, right? Consumer choice is important. Let the market dictate things. Let the best ideas rise to the top while the ideas languish at the bottom. All of that. Except the delay in October means that the RP6 isn't going to ship until January. Now, if Christmas is on December 25th, and my math is correct, that means these aren't going to ship in time for you to give it to Santa Claus to slide down the chimney to your favorite friend or loved one. And that's where I think that the G2 has a unique opportunity to shine. Sure, you might get people who are turned off by the Odin 2 Mini / PlayStation Vita style of the RP6. Or maybe there are people out there who just absolutely love the RP5 and they want a more powerful version. I think in a marketplace where everything else is equal, people are going to gravitate to the RP6 because it's cheaper, at least right now, and it has much more power. But that being said, the G2 here is amazing. I have no notes. It is a really polished, a really solid device. And if you want to get it as a gift for someone, if you want to honor the birth of our Lord with a bundle of wires and plastic and screen from China, I think the G2 is going to be your best bet, at least for Christmas 2025. It's just kind of a weird release. And I think even this video might go gangbusters and then it's going to die. It's not evergreen. I don't think people are going to want the G2 in like March of 2026. It's weird though. It's an enigma because the G2 is amazing. It's quickly become one of my favorite ways to play Switch games. I love streaming games on it. And this turquoise color, amazing. But it's also destined to become overshadowed by the RP6 or the Conquer Pocket Fit if Ioneo can ever figure out how modern shipping works. Anyway, here are the rules while I show you some gameplay footage. Like I said before, you need to be publicly subscribed, and we would really appreciate it if you follow JCStudios on Etsy. And you're going to need to leave your Discord name in the comment itself because of some jerk who tried to leave a turd in the pool last time. Also, the theme of the comment is Christmas. You can post your favorite Christmas song, your favorite video game gift you ever received. Maybe you can post about how much fun you had going through the old Sears wish book, circling all the NES games. Whatever, just get into the spirit. My favorite Christmas memory is when Santa Claus brought me the original NES. Now, he was very clear in his letter that the NES was for the whole family, because the NES was kind of an expensive proposition, especially for Lil Zoo and his family that weren't very well off, and it was a lot of money back in the late 80s. I was supposed to share it with my mom and dad. My mom never really picked up on video games, but she was very good at reading me hints from Nintendo Power as I was trying to figure out those weird esoteric things they had in NES games. Like, remember Castlevania? You'd like kneel down and wait for a long time for a tornado and like throw holy water at it? How's 9-year-old Zeus supposed to figure that out? And then it came with the Zapper and Duck Hunt, so of course my dad sat on the couch all the time and just pew, 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 shoot ducks. But the other, 90% of the time, that NES was mine, and I loved it. If you love this video, Remember to like and subscribe. We got all sorts of stuff coming soon. The Ambernick DS will be here soon, and if it shows up randomly during the day, sorry boss, I'm sick, I gotta go home and drink soup and secretly film a first look video for you, the viewer. We're also going on another weird dad trip to New York, except this time featuring Russell Decor. Ooh. And of course we got the podcast, live stream, shorts, and all sorts of crap as we grind our way to 100,000 subs.
Wow.
Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.